virtual nature walk, medicine walk. But before I do that, my screen got all screwed up. Just give me a second here. I don't know what I did. Let me see. Are you guys looking at like my Facebook and everything here? Can you see all of this?
We can just see the photo right now of the tree with the sap.
All right. So you're looking at a photo of a tree?
And now we are on the video with you. You can see,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me see if I can change these. Then I apologize, everybody. I've never had to do a virtual medicine walk before. So I've never, this is that you guys are all guinea pigs. Let me just see here if I can. Just see. Okay.
And I think you just need to make sure that the Facebook video itself is not muted if you're using it through there. That's the only thing I've had an issue with before, is that I accidentally muted the video I was trying to play, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like everything's good to go.
Okay. Okay, so before we start, I just want to say Masi Cho for inviting me to do a medicine walk, a virtual medicine walk. And so what we did was we just went out on the land, and this was the whole thing about it, about doing a medicine walk right now. When you guys had called last week and asked me to do one, I was like, yeah, that'd be great. But the weekend was so cold. There's just really nothing, a whole lot out right now, because the weather just has not warmed up yet. And so we should be probably this week, next week, if the sun stays out and if it stays in the pluses next week, we're going to see a whole lot of all of these sprouts coming out. So I'll introduce you to a bunch of them today, and little things that I saw on my medicine walk, and just kind of give you a visual. And so then when you go out on the land and when you're looking, then you'll be able to at least identify them and see, determine what it is that you need. So there's a few of them here. Before we start, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lila Erasmus, and I live down in Dene. Originally, I'm from the Yukon Territory, from the Nacho-Nyak-Dun First Nations, which is in Mayo, Yukon, and we are the Big River people. I grew up in the Satu region. My uncle was the last medicine man on his reserve. Shouldn't say reserve, on his First Nations. And so I've been doing this since about 2001. I started doing this. I just started dabbling in plant medicines and essential oils, and then I started picking my own plants and making my own medicine oils, and then started making my own teas. And then I started teaching, so people were interested in learning how to do it. So then I just started bringing people into my kitchen, and then it just started growing from there. So there just seemed to be more and more people wanting to know how to make medicine oils, medicine lotions, plant oils and medicines. So it just kind of started growing from there. And so currently now I have a business. It's called Naturally Dene. So it just kind of took on a life of its own. It used to be a subsidiary of my old business. I just kind of want to just go around a little bit. Are there just the 6 people on right now? That's all I can see on my screen. Is that all that there is?
Have more than that. I believe we have 17 people. I believe we have a good group that aren't on video right now. So it's all audio for them. Yeah.
Okay, so I won't worry about that. Then I was going to go around. If it was just the six of us, I would have went around and did like a round table and just kind of got an idea of where everybody was at. But if there's 17, then it might be a little bit too much. So anytime that we go out on the land, anytime that we go out pick medicines, we always give thanks for that, and we always make an offering. And so anytime Dene values tell us and teach us that we don't take anything without giving anything back. And so it's really important that when we go on the land, we treat the land as if it's another person. We treat the animal as if it's another person. And so we would offer it the same respect, and we would interact with it in the same way that we would another person. So it's good to be very mindful of that when you're going on the land, because I know that culturally there is not all cultures believe in the same things as the Dene people do. And so when the Dene talk about the animals and they talk about the land and they talk about different areas, these are extremely sacred. And so you don't go on the land and you don't disrespect the land, you don't overpick the land, you don't leave garbage on the land. And so all of these rules that we have in society, we would translate that and just go straight over right to the land as well. So really important for you to know, when we go on the land, we always bring an offering. So I always bring tobacco with me, and I make a prayer when I'm on the land. I give thanks, I give gratitude. And so that's really important for a couple of reasons. One, because you really want to be respectful of the land and treat it as if you would another person. But the other thing about that is it helps you to be very grounded. And so it helps to ground you into the land that you're on. And it's really important for, it helps to clear your mind, the fresh air, the cool air, especially at this time of year, helps to clear your mind, helps you to deal with stress, helps you to remove negative energy. All of this kind of stuff is really important. When you get on the land, this is the stuff that happens to you. So it's very healing. So I encourage everybody to go on the land. So what we did on the weekend is we went for a little medicine walk, my husband and myself. And so I have a couple of series of little videos that I'm going to show you, and then I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about those plants that I found. And then there's a few pictures as well, so I'll show you those. So let's just watch this video here. Are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions or anything specific that they're looking to get out of this workshop today?
Participants can use the chat box too, and I can always pass the questions on to you, Lila, as well as you're going.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And I think there's also a hand raising. Is this the hand raising?
Yeah, I think there's a reaction one or something too that people can use. They can get our attention, and I can interrupt you if no one else wants to.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, sounds good.
I see, I don't see any hand raising options here, but you'll let me know anyway. Okay, I'm going to carry on. And just so I know, Beth, is this a 30-minute session or a 1 hour?
It's up to you, but we have until 2 o'clock for sure. Whatever your time frame is, whatever you feel comfortable with. And we do have some requests. If there's anything you have to share about sweetgrass and rat root, we have some questions about that. But beyond that, I think everyone's just ready to hear what you have to share with us.
Okay, sounds good. We could probably use it up pretty close till 2, so we're good. I just didn't know if I had to shorten it or not. Okay, I'm just going to show you this video. We're going to watch this video and then we'll talk a little bit about it after it's done. Hi. Okay, we're on our nature walk, our medicine walk. We're looking for plant medicine. It's a little bit early, so we're in the middle of May now, and we still have snow. We still have snow on the ground, and so a lot of the sprouts haven't come out yet. So it's still quite early, but I see a little bit down here at some point in time, these are going to get very green. So this is Labrador tea in here. So this is what Labrador tea looks like. But you're going to see that it's going to get greener and it's going to lift up. So underneath here, nice brown bottoms. Over here, some spruce gum. So here you see spruce gum, and there's a nice big chunk right here. Pull off. If I can pull it off. So there's a nice big chunk of spruce gum. And that's the stuff that you chew. So there's a little bit more inside here. Pop it in there. So that's our spruce tree. And that would be a black spruce because the branches are pointing down. The white spruce, the branches point up. So here we go on our medicine walk. I'm just going to show you another one that is just shoot off of that one. So here's a nice little spruce tree that's got some nice sap coming down. Some of it is kind of old, but there's some really great stuff on this one. So spruce sap is one of our staples in Dene country. The elders always ask for spruce gum because it's really good for infection. It works as a Band-Aid, so you can chew it up and put it on a wound and it'll heal it just like a Band-Aid. And spruce sap, look at all that nice stuff in there. You just take a little knife and you would just chip that away, and you would not to re-injure the tree. And then you would boil that up with some oil. You could make a cream, a lotion, a salve, or you can make it into a tea.
I just want to quickly check, did the video work for everyone? Okay, I think that the video is not working on that one. It's still on the end of your first video. But we could.
Oh, is that right? So you didn't see my last video?
Yeah, we could hear it. We could hear it. We just couldn't see it.
Oh. All right. Okay. Let me see. I don't know why it's doing that. It says to resume share, but
maybe click on that because we can still. You're still screen sharing. We can still see your it's still on like your previous video almost. So like it just didn't.
It's still on this one?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now it's moved. Like, yeah. So now it's back to you.
Okay. Let's just see here. Can you see this?
Not sharing yet.
Tree. Also with some spruce sap.
Well, just you.
So when a spruce tree gets injured, are you able to see that?
No.
Hmm. Let's just see here. Okay, let's try this one. Can you see?
I think we're almost there. It says that you started to screen share again. It just hasn't, the video hasn't started yet.
It's so odd. It doesn't, I don't know why it's not. Um, let me just see if I can just.
So this is
How is this?
rose hip.
No.
So this was
No, eh? See, it's not screen sharing, so I'm not too sure exactly why it's
Yeah.
not screen sharing. So I have them up and it says sharing is paused, and then I resume share. Maybe I got to do a new share. Just let me try this one more time here. Let me see if I can do a new share and see if that'll work better. No, it's not. Let's stop share and then we'll do a share screen again. Let's try this way. Can you
There
see?
we go. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, let's try this one.
last season, the rose. So this is rose hip. So this was from
Yeah,
last
it's not
season.
playing. Like it's just not
Rose
playing. And
petals.
It's just not showing you the video, eh?
It's stalled.
Or that's, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on here.
maybe I think if you just stay on whatever app you're using or whatever application you're using to play the video, maybe just stay on that because we can still see and hear you. It's from what I see, it looks like you clicked back onto the Zoom session and then it's just sharing. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
well, I am going back and forth, but let me see. I am going, but only because I'm trying to get the videos up.
Yeah, now we can see your video screen.
Can you see my screen? Can you see me
Yeah.
scrolling?
Yeah, now we can see you.
Okay. Okay, at least you can see that. Can you see this?
Yeah. And then if you hit play, we should be able to see it. And then if you stay on the screen, you can
Spruce
see that.
tree.
Yeah.
It's got some nice sap coming down. Some of it is kind of old, but there's some really great stuff on this one. So spruce sap is one of our staples in Dene country. The elders always ask for spruce gum because it's really good for infection. It works as a band-aid, so you can chew it up and put it on a wound and it'll heal it just like a band-aid. And spruce sap, look at all that nice stuff in there. You just take a little knife and you would just chip that away, and you would careful not to re-injure the tree. And then you would boil that up with some oil. You can make a cream, a lotion, a salve, or you can make it into a tea.
Were you able to see that?
Yeah, that was great.
Perfect. Okay, now let me try to, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop sharing and I'm going to do a new share. Let's see if this works.
Oh, we have it so that we can see that you're back on the Zoom again. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Can you see that? I think we're seeing this.
Playing
Just,
it.
let's see, yeah. Let me just see here. Did I show you the rose hip one already? Were you able to see it? No?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
let's do this.
I think it's I
close
think
on
there's
it now.
weird.
Pardon?
I think there's some. I think you have two windows open.
I have two windows open?
Maybe.
Open.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's good. Try playing. I can see. I see the spruce sap one again still.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's what I see.
Let's try this one. See if the spruce up.
So
Did the other
this
one
is,
go away?
No,
If I
it's
play-
still just the video of the tree.
This one?
Oh yeah, that I can see that.
You can see that?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm just gonna do.
there's a nice little tree, also with some spruce sap.
Can't
So when a
see that.
Can you
spruce
see?
tree,
No, we're almost there. We're all. I think you just have to go click to your video. Oh,
I
it
don't
says
know.
you started to screen share. Oh, now it's back to your face.
Okay, let me try if I can. I gotta pull it up from a different screen. Can
Yeah,
you see?
we see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how
is
this is.
injured.
Oh.
Spruce sap. There's a nice little tree, also with some spruce sap. So when a spruce tree gets injured, spruce sap comes down like a band-aid and covers the wound. So it works the same for us. If we chew up the spruce sap and put it on a wound, it will heal it in the same way it heals its tree. Good medicine.
Okay. I'm gonna try again. So. Hmm. Can you see this?
Yep.
Okay, let's try this one.
Hi.
Did you
Okay,
see this one
We're on
already?
our nature.
Yep.
You seen this one already?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do a different one. Just wait. Okay, this is the one here. Oh. Video one, video five, video three, video four. It's not letting me get past there. Okay, let me see if I could. Can you see this? Can you see this up on the screen?
It's just you.
It's just me, eh?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Not that that isn't enough, of course.
Oh, you're so sweet. I don't know how to get that darn video up here. Let's see.
Yeah, we
Okay.
see that. Yeah.
You see this? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
almost coming out here. So just on the top here, you can see if you see it's different color a little bit. See the top parts are starting to poke out.
It's hard to
Getting
see
warmer.
the sprouts and on the camera. It was hard to see in real life anyway. Like on my nature walk, it was hard to see because there's hardly anything.
So over here you see a spruce tree and you see the tips are turning color. So you can see the tips are starting to come out in this tree here. So soon you're going to see it going greener and you're going to see a lot of the lighter green tips coming out. And so right now we're just walking along Frame Lake Trail right behind the monument. And so we're just trying to find what we can find, but really it's a little bit early. There's not a whole lot out right now. So we'll see what we find. And there.
Starting to come out a little bit.
All right.
Pretty soon.
Some Labrador tea in there. All right here, the big bush Labrador tea. So those are all gonna spray out to get nice and bushy. Soon you're gonna see on the Labrador tea, actually, you're gonna see these little tufts at the end. Now these are all gonna grow little white tufts of flowers. You can see last year they just kind of dry up if you don't get them, but if you walk along the trail, you're going to see little white flowers along the trail, and that's the little Labrador tea flowers. So you're going to pick those, just the flower part of it, and that makes a really great cream, really good moisturizer. It's got some really great moisturizing properties today. You can also make it into a tea. It's good for your stomach upset, helps you to relax. So it's good in a tea as well. But they only last a couple of weeks and then they're going to dry up. So you want to get those early. When you start seeing them come out, and that's when you start picking them. Yeah, this time.
What all this moss? Good for anything?
Moss.
Moss under there.
Well, the green mosses, I don't eat the. But this is all the lichen here. This is really good for stomach upset. Yeah, really good. You can just eat it just straight like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like a dog walking over. Yeah, so if you have stomach upset, you can just take those, just that white part of moss and just eat it just like that. I
Show
know
me.
people that have done that.
Do it then. Show your fans. Your fans want to see. Okay.
My dog just walked over.
And there's a whole bunch more of it there. Look.
So these ones here, they say the spruce.
Also,
Uh,
caribou food. Also, caribou food.
Yeah, caribou food. Lichen is that's a staple in caribou diet. The spruce trees, they say, are really good for cleansing your home, especially in times like this when we're going through a pandemic. We have the elders say that these small little spruce trees, the ones that are just growing, those are the ones that you take those and you boil them in your house, so you can clean the leaves and clean the needles and make a tea out of it. It's really good for to help you to relax. It's really good for stomach. It's really good to cleanse and to keep sickness away. And then you would also boil it in your house and let the smell go through your house, and it's cleansing, and it's like a cleansing for your house. You can use any of the branches of the spruce tree that are a really strong medicine for cleansing your home. But some of the elders say to, if you take the little small ones, those are really good for that too. I don't see any women's beer too on the spruce trees, eh?
So it's so, yeah. Getting up to the highway.
So that was there was a few things that we had seen in this video when as we were walking. And so the thing about it right now is it's still a little bit cool, so there's not a whole lot out, but in the next couple of weeks you're going to see a whole lot of sprouting happening. And so when I was talking about the spruce tips like this, you can still see my screen, right? Correct? Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Where am I now? I have no idea where you go to. You go to someplace and I don't know where you are. It's the weirdest thing. Can you still see my thing on the video? Can you
We
see my
can
screen?
still, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And so soon in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see the spruce tips, and so those are all going to start to come out, and they're loaded with vitamin C. So there's just tons of medicine in the spruce tree. So and a whole lot of the spruce tree gets used in Dene country. They use the in fact, the roots, if you see the birch bark baskets, those are all sewn up with the birch bark or with the spruce roots. And so when I made my birch bark basket, I didn't know that. I didn't know how to make a basket. And so when they were teaching me and pulling up the roots, and they go for a long ways. And so there's a whole lot with the spruce tree that's extremely medicinal. And so one of the things about the shoots that come out in the springtime is that they're very young, and when the sun starts warming up and the juices start to flow, that's when all the medicine starts to run. And so we get all of this medicine that starts to emerge with the warmth of the sun. And so that's going to happen with the spruce tips. And so you're going to see all of these the spruce tips are all going to start changing color now. And so all of that color changes, the bright colors. So that's all the little tiny sprouts that are coming out. You want to make sure when you're picking those that you're picking the side sprouts and not the top head sprout. You want to leave the top head sprout because that's going to encourage new growth. And so you want to just pick the side sprouts from that. It's really important. And then we've seen also the Labrador tea. And so the Labrador tea, I wanted to just to show you because it's, and then the birch branches. where is it? So the birch branches here, we have the birch tree is extremely healing. And so
See a spruce tree and you see the tips are turning color.
You can make birch tea out of the birch leaves after they sprout and they open up. But before they open up and before they turn into a full-blown leaf, that's when you want to pick it. It's going to have tons of resin in it. It's going to be really sticky and resiny, and that's where all the medicine is. And so you take that, you can put that into an oil, and you can, what I usually do with my harvests in the springtime is I'll take them and I'll put them into a large mason jar, and then I will put oil, any kind of oil. You can use sunflower oil, safflower oil, you can use jojoba oil, olive oil, so any kind of oil like that you can use. And so you'll just put your medicine in there, probably about a handful of medicine for like maybe a cup or two. And so you put your medicine in there, you take that, and every day you're going to shake it. So you're going to shake it. I usually leave mine, if I'm doing medicines, I'll leave mine up by in my bathroom. And that way I remember to shake it every day. And so you shake that every day. You can shake it for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And then at the end of that period, you'll strain it through a cheesecloth and you're going to have a nice medicine oil. You can take that oil, you can put it right on your skin just like that. Or you can take some beeswax, you can add some beeswax to that, put it in a double boiler, add your beeswax, add some essential oils, and you have yourself a salve. And so it's really easy to make medicine once you have the plant, and really great to get out and harvest as well. It's extremely healing and very good for you and your skin. And so these birch tips, these are the ones here that are going to be coming out soon. So you want to just watch for those. But they're going to be quite a bit larger than this. So they're going to be, right now, the way that you see them right now, they're extremely small. They're just little tiny little things. And so they're going to get quite a bit larger. And so that's when you want to get them. So really nice, really great medicine, extremely, I've made some of my best lotions and creams out of birch buds and poplar buds. They have really, have a lot of, they're like an inflammation. They can help with inflammation. They can help with healing skin, healing cells, so that kind of stuff. So really good. It's extremely good, especially for wrinkles. And then also, what else did we see here? We've seen some, the Labrador tea. So I wanted to tell you about the Labrador tea just because it's really hard to see in the video. The video doesn't really show you what they're going to look like. But if you, at the top of the Labrador tea, you'll see little tiny white sprouts. So probably those are going to start coming out as soon as the sun starts warming up. So we're in the middle of May now, probably by the beginning of June, because it's late spring, maybe second week in June. You're going to see all along the side of the roads, if you go for a drive down the Ingram Trail, you're going to see on the sides of the roads all of these little white flowers. That's all the Labrador tea flowers. And so really great medicine for your skin. I use, and really good for also for your stomach. You can make it into a tea. What I do with my Labrador tea flowers for the most part is I make it into a lotion, and it's extremely moisturizing. So really good for really dry skin, rashes, eczema, that kind of stuff. It's extremely healing. And so the Labrador tea flowers, they only stay out for a short time. So they're only out for about a week, 2 weeks. You'll be lucky to get 3 weeks out of them. Once you start seeing them and once they're out, that's when you want to start picking them right away. So you get your, usually get like maybe a small Ziploc full. If you don't use them all, throw them in your freezer. So I freeze a whole lot of my fresh plants that I use. I'll freeze them and then I will use them throughout the year. So I just used up the last batch of my rose hips a couple of weeks ago from last season. And so right now I'm trying to get rid of all of my plants from last season. And so so most of those are in the freezer. So don't be scared if you pick too much or if you have a little bit more than you need right now, just throw it in the freezer. You can use it later. Very good for you. Let's see, what else did we see here when we were on our walk? We saw the moss. And so this moss that grows on the sides like this is all the lichen. And that's extremely, that's a caribou staple. So the caribou live off of the lichen. It's very good for you. So I know people in the communities that because my one friend struggles with constant stomach problems and upset. And so when he goes in on the land, he just takes this lichen like that and he'll just chew it. He'll just eat it just like that. So that's the lichen and the white moss. So it'll help you to calm your stomach and to help you with stomach ailments. So that was another thing that we saw. And then these little ones, we talk about these the little tiny spruce trees are really powerful medicine. You don't want to pick too many of the small ones, of course, because it's all new growth. But at times like this, when we're going through a pandemic, that's what the elders say, is that this is the stuff that will help you to keep sickness out of your home. So if you pick and any kind, I mean, I've picked all kinds of spruce. It doesn't have to be the young ones. Just the elders are telling us that the young ones are really good, but I will pick the branches off my spruce tree in the back. When we were trimming our spruce tree a couple of weeks ago, it was perfect timing because we were going through a pandemic. So I was able to take all of those branches and I boiled them in on my stove and I just let them simmer for the day. You'll have that scent and that smell and that moisture that goes through your home, and that's the stuff that's going to heal you, and that's the stuff that's going to help to keep sickness away from your home. So it just repels negative energy and so leaves your home clean. So really important, especially at a time like this. But you don't have to pick the small spruces. You can pick the large ones. And so they're also extremely good. Spruce bough is used in Dene communities all the time. It is one of our staples. We put it down on the ground in our teepees to keep the ground soft, and then we also have that smell that goes through there, which is extremely healing. And so there's the smell, and then there's the softness. So it's like a bed. And so spruce bough is used quite a bit in Dene country. So it's a real staple on the land. And it's also used for cleansing. So somebody was asking about sweetgrass. And this is, so sweetgrass is to the more southern First Nations. Up here, spruce bough is like our sweetgrass. And so we use it in the same way. We cleanse with it. We'll burn it in the fires. We'll boil it in our homes. We'll use it in our camps. And so, and the reason for that is because it's very much healing in a spiritual way. It helps to ground us to the earth, helps to ground us to the land. So spruce is extremely, extremely beneficial. I'm just going to show you, I wanted to just show you a couple of the, I know we're running out of time here, so I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I want to just show you a couple small little videos that I did that just show a little bit about the different plants that.
Perfect. And we do have requests for if you have any information on maybe local mints that grow or wild mints that grow in the NWT, or if there's any chaga, or think those are some more requests that we have.
Okay, okay, just hang on to those for 1 minute, okay? I wasn't able to get all of that, but I will write it down in one moment. If you can text me, that'd be great. If you can text it over to me. Okay, so this is one that I've seen this, you've seen the spruce sap one already, and then we had the okay. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple of, I showed you the spruce sap video already, hey? I think you might have seen all of the videos already. Here's one. Actually, I'm just going to show you this one really quick. It's just small. Oh, this one we already did. Just give me 1 second, sorry. Did I show you the rose hip video?
No, I don't think we actually watched it. That would be a good
You
one.
didn't. Okay. Okay. I'm still on the same video. Give me a second here. I don't know why it's not changing. Can you see this?
Yes.
I don't know. It keeps bringing up the same video. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me just see a second here. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, again, it did it. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's not giving me videos. It's just showing me the same one over and over again here. Ah, weird. Are you guys just seeing the same video over that I keep pulling up?
I think so. I think we're seeing what you're seeing, which is good.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you some of the videos that are some of the photos that I've seen. So this is just moss that was on the ground that I thought was really great. And so this is the thing about walking on the land. You're going to find a whole lot of really great stuff. And so, I mean, things like things like, and so it really allows you to stop and to be aware of where you are and your surroundings. This is not working. I don't understand. Your screen sharing is not working, or my screen sharing is not working. But every time I pull up something to share, it just shows me the same thing over and over again. I don't know why. And there's a lot of really Yeah, it's not sharing. It's not showing me anything. But that's okay. We were able to talk about a lot of the I don't know how to stop it. A lot of the Do you see me or do you see my video still?
We see you right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so this is the thing about it, is that we're able to talk about some of the medicines that I found. And so there was quite a few medicines that I found, but there's hardly anything out right now. And so uh, if you are planning to go out medicine picking, I would wait another week or so. If it stays warm like this, you should be okay by the weekend. You're going to see a whole lot of sprouts. The birch trees probably won't come out for another couple of weeks, so you're probably going to wait. The Labrador tea won't be out for another couple of weeks. So in the next week, you're probably going to be trying to get when I went down south, we drove down south in March, and things were coming out really nicely. And so it's not going to be that long. And then once they do, you only have a short little window to get your stuff. And so the Labrador tea flowers, you're going to get those. You only have about 2 weeks to get them. When you start to see the little white tufts on the side of the road, you'll start to pick those right away. Really great. Throw them in a bag or a jar. If you're not using them right away, you can put them in the freezer. If you want, you can put a handful into a cup of oil, shake that for 6 weeks, strain it with cheesecloth after that, and then you're going to have yourself a nice medicine oil, really nice. Labrador tea flowers is one of my most favorite things to make moisturizer with. It's so nice and soft and moisturizing. It makes the creamiest lotions. And then soon after, in June, we're going to start to see the dandelions are going to start to come out. The yarrow is going to start to come out. And so all of this, and then all of your shoots, your birch and your poplar and your spruce shoots, you're going to get those in the next couple of weeks. And then June, they're going to start to come out. They won't be young anymore. They're going to start to, the sun is going to start to dry things up as soon as it gets warmer, and so you're going to want to do that immediately. I get out and I do my harvesting as soon as it starts warming up. I'll do that for a good couple of weeks, and then I'll take a break, and then in the summertime we start to get different things out. So right now you're looking at the little shoots, the little pussy willows, the sprouts, and then in June you're looking at the dandelions, the yarrow, Labrador tea at that time. And then in the fall time you're looking at fireweed, and then some of the fall plants. Of course, the rose hips and the berries will all come out around just before the first frost, and so your cranberries will all come out. And I did get some pictures of the cranberries leaves to show you, but for some reason this screen sharing is not working. I'm not too sure why. So there's a whole lot right now. I'm not too sure. I know that you can pick sweetgrass around in the Fort Smith area. You can also pick wild mint around Providence, Fort Smith area. Rat root, you have to go out on the boat and you have to go look for the push-ups, and then you have to dig way down into the water and pull out the roots. So it's a little bit harder to get the rat root. You need somebody that's got a little bit more expertise. If you go on the land, please make sure that you bring water. Make sure that you bring a hat and some sunscreen. You're going to need bug dope for sure when it starts warming up. And make sure that you dress appropriately. Sometimes when I go out in the morning, in the afternoon it's raining. And so just be aware that the weather, it will change. Check the weather before you go out. Make sure people know where you are. Don't go too deep in the forest, that kind of stuff. So be mindful and be safe, and share what you're able to pick. share with us and share with the Aboriginal Sports Circle. So Masi Cho for having me. I'm really glad that I was able to do this. I apologize if it was a little bit disconnected with the media and our ability to screen share. So hopefully we'll get that worked out in the next few sessions. So Masi Cho, everybody, for spending an hour with me, and Masi Cho for asking me to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. And everyone's saying thank you and loves your information. And everyone wants a part 2, apparently, when the books come out. So obviously, as things move forward up here with how things are, we'll keep reaching out and doing what we can to try and build these connections however we can. So that's the feedback we have right now. So I'm sure we'll be reaching out. And yeah, we'll thank you so much for going through this with us too. It's a learning process for all of us, getting these sessions going and trying new things too. So yeah, we're just so grateful, and hopefully we can do some more. And yeah, we'd love to keep it going as best we can, or at least get your contact info out there so people can always contact us if they want to get in touch with you as well. I know you have so much knowledge and great stuff going on with your businesses. So yeah, reach out to her.
Yeah, you can find me on naturallydene.com, or you can find me on bowsandarrows.earth. And so either one of those you can has my contact information on there. You have my email and my phone numbers if you want to get a hold of me. I live down in Delo, number 222, Delo North.
Perfect.
Come down anytime. I have a totem pole in my yard.
There we go. Now you know where to find her. Love it. Okay, well, thank you again so much for everything. And yeah, and of course for feedback to anyone who's on the call that wants to give feedback or request things for the future, let us know and we'll pass that on. So thank you everyone so much, and keep checking back for more things so we can keep offering whatever we can to help pass the time right now.
You guys are doing an excellent job. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hopefully we can do some more. So again, yeah, thanks everyone. And I'll end the call now and have a wonderful day. And thanks again, Lila, for everything.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Good to
Bye.
see you guys.
See you soon.
I see some people I know, so it was really good. Masi Cho.